calling down my name. Why don't you hear me wonder? Ooh, ooh. Oh, midnight highway, shining just like sin. Why don't you hear me wonder? Ooh, tell me, river, where your current flows. Why don't you hear me wonder? Ooh, ooh. Oh, stop your freight train, let a lost man ride. Why don't you hear me wonder? Ooh, ooh. The fortune lady told my mama before I saw the sun, said your boy's gonna.
Rock and roll. SpaceX tomorrow, baby. All right. Lift off? I don't know. I'm excited about it. I think, first of all, I think it's awesome. And I'm going to try to trade it just because I think it's going to be hysterical to try and do it. I'm on Thinkorswim, so, you know what I mean? May not be great, but I might try to get in, see if I can make a few quick bucks, and then probably let it settle out over the next month or two, whatever, and then I'll add in and do something a little more long-term, because I just think it's fun. Elon he does some amazing things, and I've already owned Tesla, so, and there's a good chance in a year from now that he's going to, put those two companies together and kind of just formulate this entire ecosystem of robots and batteries and power and solar, rockets, satellites, go to the moon. I don't know. He's going to have his robots like mining helium-3 on the moon and bringing it home. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It'd be interesting to see if those robots could stand up to space. It'd be interesting to see how that works, especially that dust on the moon. Forget about it. All right, so here's what we're going to do real quick. I'm just doing a test. I'm just trying to learn. Let me see what this looks like down here. Yeah, looks kind of smooth. So just a test. But with that being said, we want to have some fun. We got to test out the system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move over to video. All right. Let's give this a shot. Let's see what Tom Lee has to say about SpaceX.
A fixed amount of money. Tom, would you invest in these IPOs?
These are some of the most important companies led by what they call N of one people. I mean, I don't know if there will be another Elon Musk in our generation. So for investors who have not owned Tesla, this is a chance for them to have exposure to Elon Musk and all of what he's envisioned. And again, the addressable market for AI and especially data center and as you move into space is actually sizable.
Yeah, I mean, what do you make of the SpaceX IPO, Tom? I mean, kind of to follow up on Kelly's point, fixed amount of money, would you invest? Okay, fine. But you were saying some of your clients are suggesting it might be the market top, and you disagree with that. But why are they saying that? Like, what is it about SpaceX that seems to be kind of enveloping the entire market's imagination?
Yeah, Brian, there is some correct observation that an institutional investor could make, which is SpaceX is really a two-part public offering. There's the IPO, and it's going to be $75 billion. The second part is the unlock of the $1.7 trillion of shares that are held by private investors, many of which have made generational wealth, being seed investors. That unlocks 6 months later. Now, many people are going to look back to 99 and say, hey, when that unlock happened, then the market topped because now you're releasing massive supply. One reason I think it's going to be less of a pump and dump is out the word, but less of a sell everything after lockup expiration is that these AI companies, including SpaceX, aren't fully funded. So they are going to try to maintain a cadence of information and a relationship with public markets to make sure they can access capital markets for the next 5 years. So I think that's why I'm not as bearish about these sizable IPOs and the subsequent lockup, which is 6 months later. So if someone's trying to call the top, they should be thinking 6 months out. But again, I'm not that bearish about that.
Not that bearish about that, but I think you're right. The whole world watching SpaceX, watching Friday, and we're watching you, Tom Lee, and we appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. I think it's interesting. Still, like, I agree with him. Like, it's just going to be fun. You only got a 4% float that's going to hit the market tomorrow morning. So it's going to just be nuts. It's also, though, going to be included in the NASDAQ 100 basically instantly, especially when you look back where that's not supposed to happen for about 6 months. The S&P 500, I believe they turned them down. They haven't changed on that. But it's going to go right into public markets very quickly. In other words, it goes on a NASDAQ 100. It's going to be included in a lot of ETFs and, hedge funds and things. I don't know about the hedge funds, but like the big funds with the ETFs and things. I'm not maybe saying that correctly. But needless to say, there's going to be this forced buying. You're going to have a small float. And then, like you said, in 6 months, when these folks can now put that supply on the market, would that be a top? And it could be, and the market pulls back. So for me, it's like I'm going to try to trade. Maybe I'm going to try to, hold like maybe 30% of a position or 50% of a position, wait for that adjustment over next 6 months, and then just add to it because I just think it's fun. Look, SpaceX isn't making money. Starlink makes money. XAI, I don't know if anybody else has had this, happen, but I tried to go on Grok over the last weekend. Couldn't get on Grok. Like, it wouldn't even pull up the website. And I think I heard Elon Musk say they're about to redo it. But, excuse me, it's very possible for him to take Grok, XAI, spin it, and get it working better a lot quicker than all the R&D that has to go into the Starship, the big rocket. He's got the Falcon that I think he just put up 25 Starlink satellites. So he still has the functionality for Starlink. Total addressable market, yeah, it's big. Maybe there's going to be some issues on utility because it is a utility, so there could be government restrictions on what he can charge for that. But then I think the big thing is this data center in space. And I don't know, but I was watching some stuff on the physics of it. It may not be impossible to do. In other words, I think you can do it based on what I was watching, but that the physics involved with it could make it inefficient, and the cost versus the profit may not be there. So I don't know on that. That's interesting. Like, the big thing they said is, it's like, yes, space is cold. Well, it's not necessarily that it's cold as much as it's absent of heat. But this was interesting. It's cold, but there's no air. So there's no airflow. So there's nothing to move the heat away and out of the data center. I guess, of course, you can create it but I don't know if you can turn on a fan if there's no air and move anything. I don't know. Like, so the physics, I'm like, okay, there might be something there that's a problem, but I'm still into it. I think it's a lot of fun. He's just done amazing things, and I think he is a once-in-a-generation kind of guy. So I'm in just for the fun of it. I'm in Tesla, hanging there because I think the robo-taxi's coming, the robots, the battery power, maybe that next-generation battery. I don't know. But I do like it. I like having some of it, and I mean, it's been kind of not doing anything for quite a while. If it were to double in the next 2 months, I mean, I'm taking profit. You have to do that. But yeah, I'm in. SpaceX, why not? Like, what do you got to lose? So I'm going to trade it in the morning, see if I can get a hit, maybe pick up a couple $100. You know what I mean? So I can buy groceries this week. That would be cool. And then probably keep somewhere between 30 and 50%, depends on what the pricing's doing. And then I'm just going to wait. I'll just wait it out. Now, if I buy it and it doubles in a few days, then yeah, just taking some profit. I'll probably hold 10% at that point. So it's kind of that kind of a thing. But I am going to kind of wait for the market to settle before I really dig in on a long-term hold. So anyway, all right, SpaceX, rock and roll, love it. Starship, Falcon, robots, love it all. Again, Tony Renato, and I'm just doing a test, doing a streaming test. How's it looking down there? Look at the face. Horrible. Horrible. All right, that's it for now. End of the video. Again, I'm supposed to say it. Like the video, subscribe. Again, I'm nobody. I'm just an Italian guy from Jersey, okay? Basically an idiot. But I got some life experience, and I don't know. Maybe I can help somebody. We'll see. But until next time, wait. I got to get on the button. I got something for you. Wait, I got to get on the button, and it's, where's the button? Right there. All right. Ciao for now.
Thunder calling down my name. Why don't you hear me once?